A sample space is a set of all possible outcomes of an experiment. We have different ways to represent this. You can just list them, or you can use a two-dimensional grid. You can also use a tree diagram or a Venn diagram. Let's go to example 4 in the book. So in example 4, we have 2 coins that we're gonna toss, and the possible outcomes are 2 heads, a head and a tail and a head, and 2 tails. So we have to represent the sample space for tossing those 2 coins using, for A, a list, for B, a two-dimensional grid, and for C, a tree diagram. So let's start with A. Let's say that we say that capital H is equal to head. So when we have a head, we write it down like a capital H. And when we have a tail, then we write it down like a capital letter T. Okay. And just listing them. So let's say that we have 2 heads. So the first one is a head, the second one is a head. So we can write that down as a HH. Let's say that we have a head and a tail. So the first one is a head, and the second one is a tail. A tail and a head, TH, and 2 tails are STT. This is how you list them. And then for B, we have to use a two-dimensional grid. So two-dimensional, we're gonna need 2 axes, a vertical one and a horizontal one. The horizontal one is for the first coin, the vertical one is for the second coin. Okay. So let's say that we have here the head for the first coin and the tail here. And then for the second one, the head here and the tail here. So we have 4 possible outcomes. This means that the first coin is a head and the second coin is a head. So this one here means that the first coin is a head, but the second one is a tail. This one means that the first one is a tail, the second one is a head, and this one means that they're both tails. Let's go to C. In C, we have to use a tree diagram. Okay, so let's focus on the first coin first. So for the first coin, we have 2 possible values, 2 possibilities, head or a tail. So H, head, and here a tail. Those are the 2 possibilities. This is about the first coin, so coin 1. And then for the second one, we have also 2 possibilities. So let's say that the first one is a head, and the second coin can still be a head or it can be a tail. For the second option, when the first coin is a tail, the second one can be a head or it can be a tail. So those are the 4 possibilities. So here we say that the first one is a head, the second one is a head. Here we say that the first one is a head, the second one is a tail. Here we say that the first one is a tail, the second one is a head, and here we say that the first one is a tail and the second one is a tail. And you have them all here again, just like in A. Let's go now to example 5. In example 5, we have to illustrate using a tree diagram the possible outcomes when drawing 2 marbles from a bag containing red, green and yellow marbles. So a tree diagram. So we have 2 marbles. Let's focus on the first marble. So we have 3 possible outcomes. red marble, a green marble, or a yellow marble. I'm gonna work with capital letter R for red, capital letter G for a green marble, and capital letter Y for a yellow marble. So we will have R, G, Y. And then for the second marble, let's say that the first one is a red marble, the second one can be still a red marble, or a green marble, or a yellow marble. And then when the first one is a green marble, the second one can be a red marble, or a green, or a yellow, and the same for the last one. Red, green, yellow. So in this case, the first one is red, the second one is red, so RR. Here the first one is red, the second one is a green one. The first one is a red one, the second one is a yellow one. And here, green, red, green, 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 yellow. And here, yellow, red, yellow, green, and yellow, yellow.